going to be my February favorites. Yes, we are in March already. Oh my god, I cannot believe it's March. I know I say this every single month, but I always feel like some months just like kind of slip by. I mean, there was a time in February around like the middle of the month where time was slowing down like a little bit more than it used to. And now I just feel like it's kind of just, you know, flying by again. So I am going to talk about some of my products that I've been loving this month. But I did want to mention just two palettes that I forgot to mention last month. And they're two blush palettes that I totally forgot to mention in my last favorites video. So I'm just going to start out with these. So the two palettes that I forgot to mention that I did use a ton last month is the MAC Star Dipped Face Compact in the shade Light. It's so weird that it's called a face compact when there's 4 shades in here. It's more like just a face palette. And this comes with 2 blushes and 2 highlights. I love the packaging on this. So freaking pretty. I love it so much. And it comes with the 2 blushes and highlighters. So I was wearing like these 2 blushes a lot last month. The highlights I dipped into here and there, but I mostly just wanted to talk about the blushes in this palette. And I just love the packaging on this. I love like the star embossment on it. So the 2 blushes are called Dipped in Stars and Sippin' on Stars. And I just think that there's such adorable names. And they have a really pretty like sheen and like a luminosity to them. Like they're not like super matte blushes. They have like some sheerness to them. I don't know why I can't talk today. Like brain farting already. They're really, really pretty. See that they have like that really pretty like luminosity and sheen to them. So they're not matte really whatsoever. They're like a super luminous blush. And I really like both of them. I don't know if you can see that. But they're super smooth. Really nice formula. I've never not liked MAC's blushes and highlights. I have quite a few of their blushes. And I have quite a few of their highlighters. And they never really disappoint with those. And these highlights are really pretty too. They sit really beautifully on the face. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that. I'm not going to go into depth with it too much because I just wanted to do a quick mention of them. And then the other one was the Jouer Rose Cut Gems palette. I don't know why this palette gets such low ratings on Sephora. Like for some reason people really just rave about Jouer's blush duos when I actually really loved this palette. Like it really didn't get that much hype when it did come out, but I reach for this palette all the time. Like whenever like I want just I was using Garnet a lot last month. I also used this in my birthstone look with Riri last month, and I really, really loved it because hello, January's birthstone is Garnet. And then I really love using Peach Quartz or Crystalline for like really soft, subtle, peachy kind of blushes for everyday use. So I really like those type of shades for everyday as well. So I'm just going to swatch a couple of these. But these are definitely the 2 that I use the most is Peach Quartz and Crystalline. So that's this one right here. That's Peach Quartz. And then this one is Crystalline, which is that really nude type of blush. But I feel like it has... I mean, I feel like if I went somewhere or I went traveling or I needed a blush palette that I don't need to bring any other blushes with me, this would be it because it has these 3 like everyday toned blushes in here, and then these like can work for like going out, or they even work for everyday as well. So I feel like this is such a versatile palette that it would be like a one and done type of blush palette for me that I wouldn't need to bring like anything else with me, like if I end up going anywhere ever again. So I know again we still really can't do that right now. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that one too. Sorry I'm like kind of going slow today. My boyfriend had just texted me right before I started filming. So yeah, anyway, those were just 2 products I forgot last month. I was kicking myself for forgetting them last month, so I just wanted to get those out of the way first. And now let's talk about the products I've actually been loving this month. So let's just start off with complexion products because I only have like 3 or 4 to talk about. So the newest product to my collection that I've been using for the past month that I got in my order of my Winky Lux blushes that I got is I got this free sample of the Winky Lux White Tea Tinted Moisturizer. And I really have been liking this a lot. It does feel a little bit drier on my skin than my Colourpop Tinted Moisturizer. That's what I'm wearing today, my Colourpop one. It's been my go-to product for this past year. But this one I find is a little bit more mattifying, but it's really pretty on the skin. I don't find that it lasts as long as the tinted moisturizer though from Colourpop, because I mostly have been wearing this at home to see how it lasts. I haven't really worn this out too much because usually when I go out, again, I'm usually wearing my Colourpop tinted moisturizer, but I wear this at home too because I wear it all the time. But I just wanted to say that this smells really good. It's really nice and moisturizing, and it has like this really nice texture to it. It feels super smooth on the skin, and I really like it for those really light makeup days. So I've been really liking that. And then I also just wanted to give a shout out to my Bare Minerals foundation stick again. I'm not sure if I talked about this in my last favorites video because I think that I had hauled it in the past haul that I just posted to say that I repurchased it. But I just wanted to say that I've been using this pretty much this whole month along with the tinted moisturizer from Colourpop. They basically have been my two go-to day-to-day products. This is the only foundation stick that I really have ever repurchased. And I really am still trying to look for another stick foundation option because I actually have decluttered mostly all of them except for, I didn't have this one for a while because I had used it up. This is in the shade Opal, by the way. It's the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Hydrating Foundation Stick. I'm pretty sure I just said Bare Minerals Foundation Stick. But this is really the only one that they have anyway. So, the only two I have besides this one is the Colourpop No Filter and the Milk Makeup Foundation Stick. But I think the Milk Makeup one is going bad. It smells a little bit plasticky. It doesn't exactly smell bad. It just doesn't smell like I really can keep it for too much longer. Even though it claims to last 19 months, it's starting to expire around like 16 months because I do know when I got it. I got it like last August. Not this past August, but the August before that. So it'd be like 17 months. So it's not like the end of the universe if I have to declutter it soon. But I am trying to look for like an alternative. So if you guys have any suggestions on stick foundations, I would love to know because I do still love using stick foundations for just grab and go type of looks. They're less messy than liquid foundations are. You don't have to wipe them up afterwards. So that's why I really like using stick foundation. So this one is just such a good option for every day. It's super hydrating. It's 1, 2, 3 blend and you're out the door. Not that I really have to rush anything that much anymore. So yeah, I really have been enjoying this again. I love it. And then the last like foundation-y type of product I have to talk about is another repurchase, but I was really missing this in my collection and I just had to declutter the first one that I had because it was well over expired. Not that it felt like it was expired when I used it, but I honestly couldn't really get it out of the tube anymore. It wasn't even coming out of the pump anymore. I tried turning it upside down and honestly, like nothing was really coming out of it anymore. I think I used it like one more time and then I just decided to call it quits because I think there is a bit of products left in it, but I'm just going to count it as something that I used up. So I decided to repurchase it because I just love it so much. And I'm talking about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I did finally get to wear this again over the whole weekend when I was working. And I love this foundation. It's like just as good as the Colourpop Tinted Moisturizer. They're like my two favorite products now. And it's just so beautiful. It makes your skin so luminous looking. And I can wear this on a day-to-day basis as well. Like I feel like this is like one of my only foundations besides the Bite Beauty one that I can really just wear on a day-to-day basis. And it looks good with everything. Like it looks good with day looks, it looks good with work looks, it looks good for going out. It's just an amazing foundation and I love it so much. It's just so beautiful on the skin. And I have mine in the shade 110C and I've just loved this foundation since it came out. So I still love it and I was really missing it in my collection. And again, since I just used up my Congendo and this one, and honestly, I really have cut down my foundations pretty low. that I really wanted to just repurchase this and have this back in my collection. So I'm so happy that I did. So I freaking love it. Honestly, I can't live without that foundation. Okay, and then just one concealer I have to talk about because I only tried one new concealer this month. And honestly, this is the concealer I've been using a ton this month. And this is the Kosas. I actually did just repurchase another concealer, but that's been a favorite of mine for a long time. So this is the Kosas, what is it called? Super Creamy and Brightening Concealer. And I have mine in the shade 0.5N. This one is actually not available in store. I purchased it online. And this is a really, really nice concealer. I do really like how creamy it is, and it feels so nice and looks so good when you first put it on. But it does crease quite a bit after like having it on for a few hours. That's my only complaint about it. I really, really like it, but the only thing is that I feel like it does start creasing under my eyes pretty quickly. I really love how it looks on the rest of my face. I really like this and I will continue to use it. I don't want to return it because I love the texture of it and I think it's a good day-to-day concealer, but I'm not going to use it like for work or anything because it does crease under my eyes. Like honestly, worse than most other concealers do. I mean, if a concealer creases on me, I'm usually going to return it, but I love how this feels and how this looks after I first apply it so much that I will keep this one. So it just has such a beautiful creamy texture and it's so easy to blend out and it just looks so pretty and I really love using it. So that's why I'm just going to keep that one. Okay, so that's all the Complexion products. Now let's just talk about a few other favorites. So I just wanted to talk about the one and only like liner I've been using pretty much nonstop this month. And that is the Raw Beauty Kristi and Colourpop liner in the shade Woodsy. I'm wearing it on my waterline today. And I just really like it as being like an everyday brown liner. Like I was kind of looking for like another alternative to like my Maybelline Skinny liners. And honestly, since I'm not really doing as many collabs anymore, I haven't really been using or like, you know, collabs that involve like more involved looks. Like I haven't really done those this year yet. Just, you know, people are like starting to work more and like get back to doing, you know, stuff to like keep themselves busy that like we can't really like get groups together anymore to do collabs, but it's totally fine, honestly. Like not everybody has the time to do that. So I just wanted to mention that I've been wearing this one a lot. It's a really beautiful like brown everyday color and I just love how rich and brown this color is. I wasn't really a fan of picking up like everything from this collection because I don't really watch Raw Beauty Kristi enough to have to pick up everything, but I did want one of the liners at least, and this was like the only liner that was still in stock when it restocked the second time, so I snatched this one up, and I really, really like it. I'm like, you know, it's going to be a really nice everyday brown liner, and I'm really happy that I got it. I've been using it a ton. And then just one or two palettes to mention, not really too many. I just wanted to mention the one and only palette that I picked up last month. I've been really good about sticking to like one palette a month or one palette every other month. And the palette that I picked up was the Colourpop Ornate palette, and this was my February palette. So anyway, this was like the one and only palette that I tried that's new this year because I took a break from buying eyeshadow palettes in January. I went through the whole month of January not trying a new palette, and then I purchased this one around the end of January, so I didn't try it until this past month, and I've been using it a ton. I really like didn't think I was going to enjoy this palette or use it as much as I thought I was going to, and I thought that I had like these colors like 10 times over, but I kept on thinking about it and kept on looking at it, and I'm like, it's just so pretty, and I honestly really wanted to try. I know that Colourpop usually updates their formula a lot and it's constantly improving it. So after I saw Mary Moods and Makeup swatch this in her video, I know I keep on mentioning her every time I talk about these palettes, but seriously, when I saw her swatch this in her video, I was like, done, deal breaker. I love this so much because when she swatched them, they were just so pigmented, so buttery, and so smooth. I was like, oh my god, those are probably like heaven on the eyes. So that's why I was like, I think I need this palette. So not that I need another palette like a hole in the head, but I just wanted to mention it because it is my most used palette this month. I am wearing it on my eyes today as well. I wanted to wear a lot of my favorites today on my eyes, and I'll tell you guys what I used in a minute. But I just want to swatch a couple of them for you guys first. Just because you have to build them up on the hands a little bit doesn't mean they're not amazing on the eyes. And again, I don't really like mind if I have to swatch something more than once, because sometimes like one swipe swatches like doesn't really tell you like how good it is on the eyes. Like if you have to build it up a little bit, like you're gonna build it up a little bit on the eyes, but these work so beautifully on the eyes. They basically just like blend themselves. I think it's one of the best formulas they've come out with. So the first one is Siren, the second one is Charisma, and this one is called Bohème. Really, really pretty shades. As you can see, they're super smooth. And honestly, with Colourpop at this point, I always know that I'm going to get a good palette regardless of what palette I get from them. That's why I constantly repurchase from them, because they're always pigmented, always easy to blend, and they're always a formula I can count on to be good. So why would I go and repurchase from other brands? I mean, I would love to repurchase from Glamlight, from Gimme Glow, from stuff like that. But with Colourpop, they kind of like have something for everyone. And I don't really love what they're coming out with now, to be honest. I feel like that this was their best collection that they came out with since like November or December. But for the past couple of months, I really don't like anything that they've been coming out with besides like the Animal Crossing stuff and like the Bambi collection. But even some of that stuff, I thought that was like really overpriced. So I'm not like loving the stuff they're coming out with now. But I feel like these collections, like this Into Blooms one and stuff like that, they kind of get a little bit more overlooked because Colourpop is always releasing so many products that when they actually like release something that's fun and different and innovative, they kind of get lost in the like mix of all the new releases. And it's kind of like people just can't keep up, and they get like very overwhelmed by like keeping up with Colourpop launches, because there are people that collect every single launch that they come out with. So anyway, I'm wearing Siren in the crease. Then I darkened up the crease more with Charisma, and then I put the shade Tipsy on the outer corners, and then I put Gilded all over the lid, and then I just popped on. Did I put on my brow bone highlight today? Maybe I didn't. Oh my god. I think I might have forgotten. Hold on. Hold the phone. Wow, I think I actually forgot to do this. Let's just pop that on real quick. I don't remember actually doing it. I think just because my palette was sitting on top, but like honestly, I don't feel like this really needs it, to be honest. This looks pretty damn good already. But might as well just pop it on anyway. Okay, so that is good. Okay, so I popped on Hear Me Out on my brow bone, and then I accidentally put Gilded on again on the inner corners, but it was so pretty that I just left it. And then I put the shade Bohème on top of it, and that's all I'm wearing from this palette. And as you can see, it's an easy look to do, but they're nice, richly pigmented colors that they just really just make your eyes really like beautiful and pigmented colors that you don't really have to do too much to get like a really nice, richly pigmented look out of a palette like this. And you don't have to like work with these shadows like crazy in order for them to blend. They blend really nicely. So I've been really enjoying that one. And the only other one I'm going to mention this month, because honestly, I didn't really get to like use a palette more consistently than this one. I mean, I did dip into the Pat McGrath and the Alamar a couple more times, but not really too much for me to say, oh yeah, I've been loving these. Like I was using them a lot in December and January, but this one I did reach for a couple of times, and I just wanted to mention it real quick. So I did use the Star Wars Mandalorian palette from Colourpop as well a couple times this month, and I really do like this palette as well. I do really like that this is an easy, like, green everyday palette that you can use, and I like the array of colors in here that it comes with some of these everyday shades that you can use, like, you know, like these neutral shades, and then you have these pops of green in here, and I feel like it makes it very simple for people to dip their toes into color and create a green look that they're not like too overwhelmed with too many color options, and they have like these colors in front of them. So again, I always think that the Disney palettes are very well coordinated, and I think that this was a really nicely coordinated palette, and it's just so pretty, and the shimmers in here are just absolutely stunning. But again, they do transfer quite a bit, but they are so beautiful that it's kind of worth it. So that one is Right Hand Mando, and that one is Sipping Soup. They're just so beautiful. So I just really love the tones in here. So that's why I just wanted to mention it and give it a shout out, because I did use it a couple of times with that green sweatshirt dress that I got from Lucky, and I think I wore it with my leopard green sweater as well. So I did whip it out a couple of times this month, and it's just a really, really fun, easy green palette to use. And it's just super cute. Okay, and then we just have like not even more than like 2 mascaras to talk about, because I did purchase a couple of mascaras this past month, but I'm pretty sure I talked about the Air Volume Mascara last month, and the Sky High Mascara, I really don't like it that much. But I also did purchase this one from Maybelline, and I really have been loving this one. And this one is the Maybelline The Falsies Mascara, and I think that I got this one because Tara Babes talks about this mascara a lot. And she used to talk about the Supersizer a lot, and I think this one has been her new favorite. And usually she never steers me wrong when she recommends a makeup product, and for some reason I listen to her mascara recommendations a lot. I really also want to try the No. 7 foundation that she's been talking about a lot. But anyway, this is what the wand looks like. It's a really nice curved wand, so you can really get under your lashes and like give them a really, really nice curl. So, like, I kind of, like, just go like this, and they give you some really nice curl and length to them, so I really have been enjoying this one, and I do think, you know, that it gives you some type of a false lash effect, so I really have been liking this one. Okay, and then I just have a couple of blushes to talk about. I don't think I'm going to talk about my Wet n Wild mascara, because you guys know I love that. I'm wearing it today, so that was really the only mascara I wanted to talk about. I've been loving my Urban Decay Lash Freak a lot still, and I've been using my Lancome Monster Big quite a bit. So, but those are all old favorites. So now let's just talk about some other powder products. So I just have one bronzer to mention, and this is the Ilia Nightlight Bronzing Powder in the shade Drawn In. I'm not sure if I talked about this in my January favorites, but I don't think I mentioned it yet. So I just wanted to mention it, that I have been using this one the most this past month as well. I've been using like my Physicians Formula and some other bronzers this month though, because I kind of put this away and didn't keep this on my desk so I could use other bronzers. But I really like this one. It really works for, again, everyday looks and also for work looks, and I really like how easy and soft it is to blend out and use. It really is a beautiful bronzer, and I really have been loving this. And it smells amazing. It smells like fruit. It just smells so good, and that's what makes me want to use this so much. Literally, it draws me in. Like, no pun intended with the name. It literally draws me in to use it because it smells so damn good, but it's also a really pretty product. So it gives me a really beautiful bronze, and I really love the shade for my fair skin. So I've been really liking this, and I do want to try a couple more products from Ilia this year. I'm keeping my eye out on Ilia, Kosas, and Kaja this year. I do want to try some more products from them. But I'm just trying not to overwhelm myself too much. So I've just been trying products slowly rather than like getting too many things at one time. Also to like save the money a little bit more. And then as far as blushes go, I wanted to mention the 2 Animal Crossing blushes. So I did get both of the blushes. So the first one is the shade Flower Tender, and this is more of the peachy color, and I am wearing this one on my cheeks today. And this one is just such an easy everyday shade to use. I've been using it quite a bit. At first I didn't really love like how sheer these are, but I do like that they're more buildable blushes, and they're not like one swipe super pigmented blushes. So I like that this is a buildable kind of color. So I do like this as an everyday blush. So I really have been enjoying this one. And then the other one is the Flower Power blush, and this is more of the pinky blush. And this is what this one looks like. Again, the packaging is just so freaking adorable. Again, I don't even play Animal Crossing, and I wasn't going to swatch this one because I already have it on my cheeks, so I was just going to show it to you guys on my cheeks. So this one is more of like a soft pink blush, and I feel like this is more of like a wearable, everyday pink. But again, it doesn't really swatch like anything because these are very, very sheer. When you swatch them, like as you can see, they're pretty light. But they build up really nice on the face. Like, I know you can't even really see that. So there wasn't really any point to show you guys that way. Because, again, it doesn't really show up swatched. But on the face, if you build it up, it is a really pretty, like, everyday pinky blush. So those are the two blushes from Colourpop. But I have been using these a ton this month. Like, a lot. So, and then the other two are the two Winky Lux blushes that I got, and these are the, what are these called? The Cheeky Rose blushes, and these were just so beautiful, and I've been eyeing these for a really long time, like basically since they came out, that I was like, I just bit the bullet and decided to get them. So the first shade is called Brilliant, and I almost wore this one today. I might just put this on over this, but at the same time, I don't really feel like it. I'm a little bit lazy. So this is the shade Brilliant, and I just loved the shape of these and like how pretty they are, that I was like, I couldn't really resist getting them. And these are really, really nice cream to powder blushes. They're honestly like really easy to apply. So that is the Brilliant shade. And they take a little bit of building up, but they're such a nice formula that I really, really like how they make my cheeks look when I build them up, and they're really pretty. And then the other one is called Tea Time, and this is more of like an everyday like pinky shade. And I'm going to swatch that one. I'm getting hungry, you guys. I got to get out of here. And that is like the everyday like pinky shade. So, of course, I get like such similar shades in both of the blush blush brands that I got this month. Like, they're literally an orange and a pink. But those are the shades that I wear all the time, so I figured I would try, you know, obviously shades that I would wear a lot. So, and I really have been liking those too. I think that they're a really, really nice formula, and they just look really nice. And I've been kind of like into like kind of more like sheer, like buildable blushes rather than ones that are like super pigmented or ones that are like just don't show up at all. So I kind of like have been liking a little bit more of a color. Not necessarily like a nude tone blush a lot. So, yeah. Excuse me. Been loving those too. And then all we have to talk about is some lip products. I did want to mention this brow gel, though. So, this is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. And I believe I have it in the shade light brown or brunette. I'm not sure which shade because for some reason on the actual packaging, it doesn't have the shade name, which is a little bit weird. But I've been loving this. I'm so happy I decided to pick this up. I picked this up because Andrea Mitigliano, I think she mentioned this as a alternative to the Colourpop Brow Boss, because I wanted to get that one and I wanted to order it with the Animal Crossing, not the Animal Crossing order, I think with the Ornate palette and like the other two products that I am going to mention with like the Raw Beauty Christy liner. I wanted to get it with that order, but it was sold out at the time. So I was like, I should just pick this up because she recommended it in her video, and this was just at my local CVS, and I really, really like this. This is so much better than the L'Oreal one. I feel like the L'Oreal one dries out so quickly now, and this one, like, I can feel that it's really wet on my brows, and it works really well. So I've been really liking this, so I'm just gonna, and this is half the price of the L'Oreal one. This one's like $5, so I'm just going to continue to purchase this one. I really, really like it. Okay, and then we just have a couple of lip products. So the first two are the ones that I've been wearing pretty much consistently this whole month, and these are the Animal Crossing lip tints. These are the Just a Tint lip crayons, and these are one of the duos that came out with the Animal Crossing collection. So the first shade is called Orange Cutie. And you guys know I've been loving the lip crayon formula from Colourpop for a really long time. So this is the first shade in the shade Orange Cutie. It's just a really pretty like orangey lip color, and I really, really like it. And it smells like oranges, which of course is a plus for me. And then the one that I'm wearing on my lips today is called Peach Surprise. And this one smells like literal peaches. And it's just such a pretty shade for like everyday wear. I really have been enjoying these. These are just such easy like grab and go lipsticks. But I also really like these because they're like a tinted lip crayon. So they're really hydrating and nice to wear underneath a mask. And you get like a little bit of color, but you also get, you know, I just wanted to apply a little bit more because I did eat a little bit of a snack like 20 minutes ago. But I really love these. I've always loved the Just a Tint lip crayons from Colourpop. So that was kind of a no-brainer for me to pick those up. And then another Colourpop product that I got was I haven't picked up a Lippie stick in so long, so I wanted to pick up a new one. So this is the Colourpop Lippie stick in the shade Brat Pack. And the reason why I got this one is because I saw Makeup by Trines review the Wild Child collection. And she said out of everything in this collection that this was her favorite thing. And this is a really pretty like brown toned nude. I probably, when I use this, I probably have to apply it a little bit more sheerly because this can build up to be like pretty brown. So I want it to be more like this color and not like very brown on my lips. So, but it's so pretty, and honestly, like, it made me fall in love with the Lippie sticks again. But at the same time, I do think that there's better formulas that they have now. Like, the Lippie sticks are good, but I think that the lip crayons are even better. And I do think that the Luxe lipsticks are still my favorite lipsticks from them. I think that they upgraded so much with their lip products that the Lippie sticks are good, but I feel like the new products they came out with are even better. So, and then just two more. So the other lip product is the Kaja Earhart. Why is there like, what is this that's on my desk? I'm not really sure. There's like oil on it. It's a little bit weird. So this is the Kaja Earhart. Doesn't really have a name. I think it's just the Earhart lipstick, and it's in the shade Lover. And it's really cute with the heart packaging, and then it also has the heart-shaped tube. I just think that's adorable. So I saw this on Riri's channel, but I've been interested in trying these for a while because they are usually on sale on Sephora, and they're usually like $10 or $12, which I think is a pretty decent price. So this is the shade Lover. And of course, I wanted the nude shade when I first wanted to order them. But of course, the shade, there was like 2 shades left that I wanted. And the one shade that I wanted before that one got sold out, it got sold out when I wanted to order. So this was the only shade that was left. And I'm like, wow, these are super popular. So that's usually a good sign. But I thought that this shade was so pretty, so I just decided to pick up this one. And it's a really pretty, like, mauve tone rosy pink shade. And this is so smooth on the lips. It has a beautiful formula. The only thing is that since it has, like, that heart shape to it, it is a little bit harder to apply on the edges. But it's really, really pretty. So I've been really liking that. And then the last product I have to mention is the, why is there oil on this? The Pat McGrath Labs Divine Nude Liquid Lust Legendary Wear Matte Lipstick. So I have never tried any of Pat McGrath's liquid lipsticks. So I decided to give one of her liquid lipsticks a shot. I really haven't been purchasing too much of any liquid lipsticks for the past like year or two. The only new liquid lipstick formula that I tried last year was Give Me Glow. So then this year I wanted to try Pat McGrath. She also did just come out with a new collection. So I wanted to try one of the new lippies that she came out with. So this was, I think it was Divine Nude and Divine Rose. So obviously I picked up the Divine Nude shade. And it's this color right here. And as you can see, it's like a pinky nude shade. And it's really pretty. And I actually really like her liquid lipstick formula. It's very comfortable on the lips. And it does last a pretty long time. I do notice it kind of gets a bit wrinkly, though, after like 5 or 6 hours of wear, which I don't really mind. But that's also like due to me applying it underneath and then wearing a mask over it. So I'm not really sure how much it really does last because it probably can get dried out underneath the mask. That's what I'm probably thinking, but I will try and test it out normally. But honestly, I really don't wear liquid lipsticks like out to my boyfriend's house anymore. So, and I don't really do liquid lipstick check-ins anymore. So, because none of us really know how long a lip product lasts. Because like most of the time when I go to his house, I'm wiping off the lipstick to eat like dinner with him. So that's it with makeup favorites. And then I have 2 skincare favorites and then we're done. So I did want to mention the 2 Olay Hendrickson products that I just got, and I've been loving them. So I decided to replace my face wash and get the Olay Hendrickson Truth Juice Daily Cleanser. And oh my god, I have been loving this stuff. It makes my skin look so amazing. And I find my skin to be way less dry with this. I mean, not that the La Roche-Posay wasn't a good face wash, but I just wanted something new, and I kind of want to start investing in my skincare more. And I really love this. It's really, really nice and smoothing. It makes my skin feel so good after I wash my face. Super smoothing, and it has a really nice orange, like soapy smell. And since I love the vitamin C serum so much, I felt like that this was a no-brainer to try her cleanser. And I really have just been loving her products. So I was like, I feel like I'm going to love her cleanser too. And this is no exception. I really have been liking this so much. I've been using it day and night. It really like helps hydrate my skin in the morning when I wake up. And then when I go to take my makeup off at night, I use the cleansing oil and then use this. And my skin feels amazing. It just has such a nice, soapy, lathery, smooth texture. And I really love it. And then the other one is the Olay Hendrickson Lemonade Soothing Scrub. Smoothing Scrub. I've only used this twice because the lady that helped me in Sephora, she told me that since I'm already using a retinol, and I have been using a retinol for a while now, she said that since you're using a retinol, you're mostly doing what your skin needs it to do. You're mostly doing for your skin what you need to by using a retinol 3 days a week or 4 days a week. So she said I wouldn't even use this more than once a week and see how your skin likes it and see how your skin reacts to it. And after I used it once, I was like, I really love it. So I didn't use it for like 5 days, and then I used it, I think, like on Saturday night. So I've only been using this like once a week. And I really, really love it. It feels really smooth when you first put it on, but then it gets a little bit rougher and really just exfoliates your skin. And then as you leave it in, I feel like it really does the job, because it actually says to leave it on your skin for like 2 or 3 minutes after you rub it in. And then you rinse it off. And my skin feels so good afterwards. It is a bit irritated, but that's usually what exfoliators do. But it's so gentle and really doesn't irritate my skin too much at all. I think the reason why it irritated my skin a little bit the first time is because my skin was getting used to it. But I just really wanted a new exfoliator because I haven't had an exfoliator in so long, and I really love this. It's really, really good. So yeah, that's it, you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media. Follow me on my Instagram, CBW819, and I will announce my giveaway. I keep on forgetting to film it. Or when I actually do have time to film, it's always other videos that I need to film over that video. But I will film it very soon, I promise. So bye!